Welcome, influencer, and today we're going to be talking about 10 signs that you are ready to write your book. The first one is, are you feeling a bit irritable lately? And it's not just the typical irritability around, things that are going on in your family or in your life, but it's an unusual irritability. You're not sure why or what's going on inside of you. And quite often, if your message in your book is sitting within you and it's ready to be expressed and it's ready to get clarity, a lot of times you're going to feel a little bit of irritability. A second sign is restlessness. So have you been restless? Have you been just not feeling yourself and grounded, but really just going about your day and wondering, what is it out there? What's next? What is the thing that I need to grab hold of? And so that is a sign that your book, again, is starting to percolate within you. And of course, you can definitely do some things to support yourself in that, including just starting to write down your dreams and, at night when you dream, what are some of the things that are coming through? What's some of the guidance that's coming through? So starting to jot that down is really, really important. Another part is your synchronicities. Your always being guided no matter what. You're always being supported no matter what. And so the synchronicities are things that happen throughout your everyday life that where your guidance is trying to tell you, write that message down. Notice the conversation that's happening between two people. Seeing an object that's suddenly put in front of you with no clear explanation as to why. Maybe there's a piece of music that suddenly comes on when you're thinking about a particular idea. And so pay attention every single moment of the day. There isn't a time where you're not being guided. So those synchronicities, as you notice that they happen more and more, you can be rest assured that your book is percolating and that you are being guided to get the clarity to be able to start writing some things down as the first phase of your book. A fourth sign is that you want to be alone. You find yourself just wanting some time just to yourself, and that is a sign that you need to have that time in which to get clear on your message and have that guidance start pouring through you. It's very difficult to do that if you're surrounded constantly by chaos or conversations, people, agendas, that kind of thing. So building time in for that sacred is very, very important if you're going to be writing a book. And certainly emotional, that's another one. A fifth sign is that we tend to be up and down with our emotions. It's almost like an emotional roller coaster is happening. And when that happens, rather than saying, it's just whatever it is that happens to be going on in your regular day, just pay attention to that, because if it's become a pattern, it's very likely that your messaging that wants to come through you is knocking at the door, but you're not listening. And that's why you're getting all of these ups and downs in your emotions. A sixth sign that it's time to write your book is that you may experience different sensations, perhaps even a little bit of pain or something's not right in your throat area, what I call your throat chakra. Because if that is happening, and also your sacral chakra, which is around your hip area, and if there's anything in either one of those, you see this area is largely to do with your creativity, so your expression, and also your throat is more to do with, again, being able to express clearly that which wants to come through. So either one of those, if there's anything going on there, it may be that it's time to write your book, because the book is the ultimate expression of that important message for you. A seventh sign that there could be some percolating of the book going on, is that you feel really passionate about your opinions and your ideas around things. In fact, you might even feel a little bit irritable with people who disagree, but you're getting really more and more vocal about certain messages. Pay attention to that, because as you become more feeling around expressing a certain opinion or a certain message, that is all indicative of the time being ripe for you to start writing, to start putting together your book. It doesn't have to be in chapters or organized at this point, but it's very important that you do so, because your book wants to come through you. And this is one of the best ways, is to actually honor the signs and start to do something about it. The 8th sign is that you're beginning to hear a lot of guidance from the outside, from the external world. So things like conversations, maybe a mentor says something to you. Maybe it's a conversation you overhear in the grocery store. But these are audible messages that are intended to be written down, because they are a sign that you're to start your book. And on that note, being aware of these signs in the external world, you also want to balance that with the 9th sign, which is your desire for stillness. Your desire to be completely still, to have spaciousness around you, for your inner world to be very still, not to have a lot of drama going on within you. And so that desire for peace, for stillness, is a sign that your book is ready to emerge, because when something of value emerges, it's always because we have emptied the vessel and created this stillness. So when you have that desire for stillness, that's why it's connected as a sign to creativity, to something emerging from within. So they are highly related. And the final sign that you're ready to write your book is that your spiritual longing is intense. You feel like there is a deep calling, almost like an invisible tug for your heart to actually begin expressing yourself. Maybe it's not in the form of a book in the beginning, but it might be blogs, it might be journaling. Just pay attention. Does your hand want to start writing? A lot of people type, a lot of people are on the computer, but really when you use pen to paper, and that feeling of having pen to paper is very indicative of the fact that you are ready to write, and possibly to write your whole book. So those are the 10 signs that you are ready to write your book, or at the very least start to put things into action by writing things. You can organize them later, but just starting that whole process. And on KarenMcGregor.com, we have much more information about this. And my new book that was just released, The Tao of Influence, is also available there. And you can check that out. I've written 3 books, and I am very happy to be able to support people through the process of getting their message out into the world, because that's what is a true influencer, is when we can articulate that message and inspire others to create positive change in the world.